Hey everybody, I'm Jimmy Rance. Look, I got to come back and make another video today. I forgot to mention this in my last video, but that's all right because my video was getting too long anyway. And this is important. This may help some of you guys out. This is something I had no idea what was going on until somebody helped me with this. A very dear, sweet person that I just happen to really like a whole lot. I'm not going to dox her out. Her name's Sharon. But anyway, other than that, this is what happened. Let me just get on and tell you what happened here, okay? Look, maybe this has never happened to you. Maybe it has. Never happened to me before. What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning after you go potty and wash your hands, brush your teeth, do your hair, all that stuff? Well, if you have teeth and if you have hair, that is. You go ahead and you head to the coffee pot. If you're like me, you got to have that cup of joe. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm no different. So here I go, I'm half asleep, trotting up to the coffee pot, and I put the water, the little filter thing in, poured the right amount of coffee in there, and I'm grooving, man, just thinking about how good this coffee's gonna be. So I turn it on. This is one of these like Mr. Coffee things, okay? And I'm only making like maybe 5 cups of coffee, something like that. Just for me. So I turn it on and it's dripping and it's going and it's doing what it's supposed to do. And I'm sitting in my den, which is a couple rooms down that way. And I start smelling something. And it smells not that great. And I'm like, well, let me go check this out. I thought maybe some coffee or something got on that little hot plate, you know, that's underneath the, what do you call it? The carafe or the glass thing, whatever you call it. I'm going to call it a carafe, whatever. So the closer I get to the kitchen, the more it stinks. And I come in here and I'm like, well, what's going on here? So I let it, perk on out. And I get my coffee cup all set up, with a coffee mate and my little stevia. And I can't use sugar, I'm diabetic. And then I take the coffee and I've been nice color, looks good, steaming. And I pour it in there, stir everything up real good. And I go to take a drink. I swear to God, it tastes like burnt train oil, or what you would think burnt train oil would taste like. And I literally spit it out of my mouth. And so I poured the cup down the sink and I rinsed out the coffee pot. And I tried to make another pot. And it was just as horrible as the first one. And I'm like, what do I got some bad coffee? Yesterday's coffee, I had this same coffee kit, didn't taste like this. So I'm talking to my friend Sharon about this. And she says, Jimmy, have you scaled your coffee pot? And I went, did I what? She goes, did you scale your coffee pot? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, scale my coffee pot. She goes, yeah, you got to clean this thing off like with some water and vinegar. And I'm like, you're kidding. She goes, no, you got to do this, man. I guess because all the little pipes and stuff that runs through there, it must get, I don't know what it gets. It gets horrible. This was horrible. This was beyond suck, I'll tell you that. So I said, well, Sharon, what do I do? And she says, all right, don't panic. All right, it's all right. So I get some, she says, you need some white vinegar. So I poured, like she said, I poured some water and I poured the vinegar and I put it in the back of the reservoir. I took all the, the coffee grounds and all that out, of course, rinsed it off, stuck it in there. And the coffee pot I cleaned it off, cleaned it out, and I put it on there. I turned the thing on and it starts going. And now my kitchen starts smelling like vinegar. And I'm like, oh, this is lovely. Now here I am, woke up, came to the kitchen to make me some coffee. It was like burnt train oil. So then I got rid of that, and then I made another pot of coffee. It was like burnt train oil. then Sharon told me what to do. So now I'm doing this, and she says, you need to let this sit for like 30 minutes to an hour. Like when you get the water and the vinegar put in a reservoir and you turn it on and it starts coming out, turn it off because you want that vinegar and stuff in those pipes and hoses and stuff. I said, okay. So now I'm sitting there, but I didn't do it for 30 minutes. I wanted to do it right. I'm Jimmy Rance. I got to do this right. Well, an hour's gone by. So now I said, okay, fine. It ought to be clean. So I take the coffee pot and I throw it down the drain and all that. And then she says, now you got to go run some water through it. You got to clean it out, but you got to do this about 3 or 4 times. So I'm kind of like, irrigating it, rinsing it all out. Now here we are, I'm up. I'm like, I need some coffee. And I need some coffee now. Now here I am, an hour with stage 1, scaling the coffee pot, or whatever you call it. It's like, like when you go fishing, you know how you scale the fish? Well, now I'm scaling the coffee pot. Never heard of such a thing. She asked me, she says, well, how long, has it been since you cleaned this out? Well, I said, I never have. Bobby's been gone for a little over 8 months now, so it's been at least 8 months. I don't know. I don't know how often you're supposed to do this. But guys, look, if you turn your coffee pot on and you pour yourself a cup of coffee, and seriously, if it smells or tastes like burnt train oil, or just imagine whatever the most horrible smell you can come up with, you got to scale your coffee pot. Now, here's the deal. I have finally got it all done. I did the first thing like she said. I rinsed it out, let it run through, and then I put more water, let it run through, and then I did it again, let the water run through. Now half the day is over with, and I still ain't got no coffee. I ain't had no coffee to this moment. And we're talking hours and hours and hours. I don't know, I'm like fit to be tied. I need some caffeine or something. I don't know. So now I'm sitting here thinking, well, should I go and try to make me a pot right now and hope to God that it works right or tastes right? I mean, this is horrible, y'all. I don't know. Women, y'all are probably laughing at me because y'all are the ones who probably take care of this. But us guys, well, I can't say most guys, but me, I didn't know nothing about scaling no coffee pot. I tell you what, I told Sharon, I said, I'll tell you what. It'd be a hell of a lot easier if I just took this whole coffee pot thing and just threw it in the trash and go down to Walmart and go buy me a whole another Mr. Coffee, and then I ain't got to worry about it. So tomorrow when I make my thing of coffee, if it tastes like burnt train oil, this joker's going in the trash pronto, and I'm going to be running down to Walmart and go get me a new coffee pot. I ain't going through this. I can't stand it. But anyway, that's my story. I'm standing by it. Be sure to vote for your favorite sitcom. It's on my page. It's on my community tab. Y'all go there. Be cool. Help me out, guys. Please help me out. I need y'all to come to my channel, and I need y'all to vote. It ain't going to cost you a nickel. Just vote for your favorite comedy show. That's it. Thank you, guys. I'm going to go now. I still don't have the welcome to AdSense. Fill this out. I ain't got to that point. They just jerking me around. They must hate. YouTube hates me or something. I don't know. All right. Well, anyway, one last thing, and then I'm going to go. Sharon, thank you very much for giving me all this advice on what to do, instruction on how to scale this stinking coffee pot. Never heard of such a thing. I'm Jimmy Rance, everybody. That's exciting stuff, huh?